Hey guys, hello, and what's up? How are you guys doing? How is life? How are you? I hope so. You guys are doing absolutely amazing and things are great for you guys. In this particular video, what we'll do is we will be experimenting with Gemini API. Now, what the hell is Gemini API? So, if you have heard Chat GPT, you must have heard like Gemini, right? It's this stuff which you chat with and you do stuff. And what we'll do is we'll use the API to build a service which could generate SQL for any of the database schema. So you just give it some schema, and then it is able to generate an SQL query out of that. So this is the project we're gonna try today. And oh wait, hold on, don't do that. My mic is okay. So now it's better. Okay, so we'll try to build this stuff right now. So let's try to build it. First and foremost thing, what we'll be using as a technology will be web, which is Node.js, which will be Next.js, right? And yeah, we're gonna try to build this, and let's see how does it work. So yeah, let's go for it. So the first thing what we'll do is we'll try to build a Next.js application pretty quickly. So this is our SQL generator, and now we're gonna build it. So how we're gonna build it is very simple. So we'll say bun create next app. I think this is how you do it. Yeah, we're gonna do it using bun. Then what is the project name? Project name is whatever the current. Yes, I would like to use TypeScript. And yes, no, yes, no, I don't know. Let's say yes, no, whatever. I can say chat rate 1, but I cannot see my chat. I don't know the reason. Yeah. Okay. So I have successfully, installed all the stuff for a Next.js application. The next thing what I'll do is I'll just open in VS Code so that we can quickly start coding. Okay, so we have a normal application. Let's first integrate, then we'll be thinking about UI and making it look pretty and all those stuff. So let's first integrate this, and then we'll think about any of those stuff. So the first thing what we'll do is we will be going over here and we'll generate an API key, which I have already done. So you can do it using get an API key, and just type Google Gemini docs in, and you can get it. This is my API key, and you can get yours too, right? So yeah, let's go back. Can I go back? I cannot go back. That's sad. Okay, so this is the stuff. Now what we'll do is we'll try to build a small chat based UI. Okay, so we'll just go to localhost. I think let's start the Next.js server. So let's go over here and let's go to the terminal. And let's quickly say yarn dev, which will not yarn, I mean bun dev. We are not using yarn. So we have successfully started our server, which you can see this is the default Next.js application. And the first thing what we'll do is we'll go to the page. What am I doing? I don't know. Page.tsx. Yeah, finally we are at the page.tsx. Now let's quickly get rid of that. Let's create something like this, and let's go to .css. And let's get rid of a lot of these CSS. So we definitely need Tailwind CSS. That's kind of good, but we don't need anything else. Next, for UI, I think Shardsian we can add, but that will be overkill. I mean, we can just create a simple UI. For now, I think we can just we could have like something like this. So you can say class, I don't know, height screen PG gray 100 maybe, I don't know. Yeah, and then let's create a very simple UI for now, and later on we can add stuff if we want to. Okay, so that's stupid. Okay, so we'll say text 3xl and we'll say SQL generator. Okay, and then what we can do is we can just give some padding to this and bg white. Great, so we have SQL generator. We'll not think about the UI right now, we'll just think about the functionality right now. Okay, so now we'll go over here, and then what we'll do okay, so we'll say flex call, and then we'll create one more div, and then we can say flex grow, which will basically make it take all the rest of the space. And then we can say flex and justify end, which will help us to make the input below. over here. Oh, that's weird. So there should also be flex grow, I guess. No, not flex grow, flex call, I guess. Yeah, there you go. So we at the bottom you can see the input bar, but it's very small. So we'll have to make it a little bit big and make it look a little bit better. So we can just make it flex and give another button over here, and we can say generate SQL, right? Right, this could be cool. Next thing what we can do is we can just go to this and we can say flex grow to this. This will expand that particular thing. By the way, if you cannot see what I'm doing over here, I'll just show you. Hold on. Cool. So you guys could, I guess, see what is this now. Okay, cool. So now this is the SQL generator and this is the input. We can just make the input a little bit better. So we can say text LG padding 2 or 1 or 2, I don't know, 2 border I don't know, plate, something like that, and we can say rounded MD, yeah, and then border 2, yeah, and then I can also give and like an padding to this entire thing, and then you can see this is the box, and then we can give some placeholder to this. So we can give some placeholder, we can call it placeholder, and we can say write your prompt, right? And now in this video you will see what all stuff which you can do with this just by using an LLM, right? You can do a lot of stuff. I'll just give you a few ideas, but which you can implement on your own. But what I'm doing right now is also very interesting. So yeah, and let's quickly do the CSS for this. BG slate, I don't know, 800, and we can give some gap as well, I guess, and then we can switch this to 900 or something, and we can say text white, right? And then to, yeah, great. So we have a button. So here we can write a prompt, like for example you can say give me the list of all the users. So this will give you an SQL which it has generated. Also it will give you the result from the database which you have uploaded the schema to. Right now it will be a default database, but you can easily build this to in a service where you can make the user upload the database schema, and then you can generate the SQL, right? So let's quickly do that. So the next thing what we'll do is we'll make this input control, that we can do this by making this client component, and then after that what we'll do is we'll just make this prompt, right? So use state, and then we can do this. This is of type string. Great. So we have our state ready. Next thing what we can do is we can make this input control. So how we will be making that control? We can say prompt, and then we can say set I don't know, on change, yeah, something like that. So that will kind of like whenever the value of this input changes, this particular stuff also changes. So now what we can do is we can just say now comes to the real part where we'll be actually integrating stuff. So now what we'll do is we'll just create a .env file, and then inside this what we'll do is we'll create the Gemini, I don't know, Google API keys. Technically it's not Google API's key, but yeah, let's do it. Now I'll just copy paste the stuff from, so I'll just copy paste my and just close this. Okay, so I've copy pasted my API key in that .env file. Now what we'll do is we'll just create a actions file. Now if you don't know what actions are, this is the video where I'll actually tell you what they are. So you know, this was introduced in Next 14, I think Next.js 14 or 13, I don't remember exact version, but I think it was in 14. So what you can do is you can call a function directly from the front end in the backend. So that's what we're going to do. That's the functionality of Next.js we're going to use. So what we'll do is over here we'll create a new file and we'll call it action.ts, right? And in this we're going to say use server, and this will do what is, this will make this entire function on the server rather than creating it in the client, right? And then what we can just keep creating functions which will be executing in the I mean in the server rather than in the client, right? So now what we can do is we can just create a function, and we can call it generate something like generate SQL, right? And then we can say async, and we're gonna take a prompt like that. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna be saying, let's say Google API keys. It should be Gemini API key, but whatever. Process.env.google API keys. I'm not gonna split this anyway. There you go. So if we do not find this, if we like there's no API keys present, we're gonna throw an error, and we're gonna say like, okay, there's something wrong. Yeah, right. So now we have Google API keys, which we can use in the generate SQL function in order to generate an SQL, which we can directly run it on our database and get the data out. So for that, I think we'll have to see how is that done in the data in the documentation. So let's see how we can. I have done this using chat GPT's AI, I mean chat GPT model, but we'll see how we can do this. So these are the few things which we can do. Let's start by doing few things, right? So here is an API key. Does this have a Node.js? Yeah, I think I saw Node.js over here. Yeah, get started with Node. So it has a Node.js package which we're gonna explore. We'll see how we can do that. So get the API keys which we already have. So now you need to install this at Google/generative AI package in your project. So you can do this using very simply we can create a new terminal, and we can say add not bun add this, right? So this is generative AI, and then what you can do is you can import this Google generative AI from Google generative AI, I guess. Okay, so let's import this very quickly from Google generative AI. I think we need Google generative AI, and then we need to create an instance of this, I guess. Yes, wait, gen AI. Oh, this is how you do it. Okay, so we can select gen AI is equal to new Google API keys. There you go. Great. Now what you can do is you can select a model, right? You can select a model. Let's see which model. Do we have a dark version of this page? I mean, this is clearly eating my eyes. Can we make it dark? Even this dark will be a little bit better. Okay, so now what we can do is we can just I guess we can select a model, and then it's going to be gen AI dot generate model, and then we can call it model. Let's see what models do we have. So it says model name. Use model that's specified to use, for example, Gemini Pro Vision for multimodal input, right? We don't want multimodal input, as like that is not our requirement, but we'll see what kind of models we can use. I guess we'll have to go to the Gemini Studio in order to see what all models are available. So we'll just go to Gemini Studio. Gemini spelling is wrong. Gemini Studio. Google. Come on. Yeah, build with Google. That's what we want. So we'll go to get API keys in Google AI Studio. I think it's called Google AI Studio or something like that. We'll see. Yeah, there you go. So these are different models available. It's Gemini 1.5 and then Gemini 1.0. So we'll be using, I guess, what is tuning? We can tune this. Let's try to use this one, Gemini 1.0 Pro. Yeah, try to use this one. So what we'll do is we'll just say Gemini 1.0 Pro. Do you call it Gemini or Gemini? I mean, I have seen Sundar Pichai calling it Gemini, so I'm just saying that. Okay, I've seen some people saying it like Gemini and Gemini, and I am still confused. What is the correct name? Okay, so we have the model name. I don't know that's the correct name or not, but we'll see in a while. Now the next stuff is specified over here, and we'll do that next, right? So we have a prompt from the user, and then what we can do is we can just say we already have the model, right? We already have the prompt, so you can say const result is equal to await, because yeah, so you can say await, and then model.generate content. That's interesting. Hello random work, what's up, how are you? So we'll just give some prompt over here, and then what we can do is we can just generate some response. I don't know how do you do that. Await result.response. Oh, you just do that. That's interesting. Okay, there you go. We have a response, and then we can change this to text. So I think this is just a API wrapper. They have an API, and they've written a library in Node.js surrounding that API, and this seems that they could have just kept all of these inside the API. Why to make us do response.text and all those things like that? I don't think so that was kind of like required, but we'll take what's available, bro. We'll take what's available, and this is not an asynchronous function, so we can simply log this out, and we can return something like true, right? So we are just trying this out, and yeah, I hope so everything goes well. So let's first do one thing. Let's create a function which calls that function. So generate SQL from server. That's a function, and then what we're going to do is we're going to call the function which is in the backend, so which is this one, which is generate SQL. So we can directly call it generate SQL. If you guys don't, if something doesn't make sense, please let me know in the comment section, okay? All of you guys who are watching. So that's prompt, and we can make this an async function, and then we can make this await, and then there you go. And we need to call this function generate SQL from server when this button is clicked. So we can say on click, and we can just say generate SQL from server. There you go. So we have called that function, and we can write all, we'll be writing all additional checks and, you know, all those things over here. That's why, you know, I have created a separate function. Okay, so we'll do that later on, but first let's see what we have achieved so far, and have we even achieved something. So let's open the developer you know, console, and let's see, can we do even something or not. I think we'll have to restart our server because I don't know, not sure, but let's, for security, let's kind of like restart the stuff, right? So we have restarted. Let's see what do we get. So now we will say hey, how are you? This is exactly not what we want, but we'll try to make it do SQL generation in a while. But let's see, do we get anything in the server? That's the question. Hey, I'm well. Hey, see, we got a response from Gemini. That's awesome. Hey, I'm well, thank you. I'm a text-based chatbot assistant created by Google, designed to provide information and assist users for best of the abilities. How can I help you? That's interesting. Can you give me a schema? Oh, let's ask this for code. Let's see how does it respond. I'm just curious. How will it respond? Can you give me code to write a calculator in React.js? Okay, let's see. So it's kind of doing something. It's going to take a while. Okay, it has given me a code to do the same stuff. This is the React code to write, but this is not what we want. This is a normal chatbot stuff. Building a chatbot is very simple using Gemini API. Now what we want to do is we want the ability to give it our own stuff, and then, you know, get output out of that. So let's see, how can we do that? Let's dig into the documentation a little bit. We have already done this. This is simple, right? Generate text from text and image input. Pretty simple. That's not what we want to do, but you can definitely do this. This is multimodal, and then right, so for multimodal, I think you need to use Gemini Pro Vision, which we don't want to. Build multi-turn conversations. Multi-turn conversation is a conversation where you you have to keep talking, right? It's not a one time conversation. It's like a multiple time conversation, and that you can do this using, it's basically chat. That's very simple. So you can do this like this. That's also an option. Start streaming for faster interaction. So there's a streaming service where you can take one chunk of the word and like keep doing that. So that's interesting. Use streaming with text only input. That's kind of okay. Use embeddings. That's more of what we want. So this is an advanced use case, and that's what we're going to learn how to do it. Embedding is a process, is a technique to represent information as a list of floating point numbers in an array. That's interesting. With Gemini, you can represent text, word, sentences, blocks of text in vectorized form, right? Making it easier to compare and contrast embeddings. For example, two texts that share a similar subject matter or sentiment should have similar embedding, which can be identified through mathematical comparison techniques such as cosine similarity. Use the embedding 001 model with embed content. Do we want this? We can. I don't know how much text can I pass at once. Okay, so we'll try to pass a lot of text at once, and we'll try to generate something interesting out of this. So for embedding, use a embedding 001 model. Okay, so I think we can using embedding, we can actually give it a lot of text. Token counts, option to control. Let's see, what do we have, what all things do we have. Configuring model parameters. So these are the parameters we can control. Okay. Can you share the documentation link here? You want the documentation link? Oh, sure. I've shared the documentation link. Yeah. Okay, so now what we'll do is we'll use the embeddings, and we'll see how we can do this. Also, we want an ability for the user to basically be able to upload like any schema, right? And out of that schema, the user should be able to generate an SQL. So let's give an ability to upload in schema. So that's the next target we have. Let's see how we can achieve that. So this is what we have currently. This is pretty much not very interesting, but yeah. But let's try to make this a little bit more interesting. So we'll give an ability for the user to basically import div. I don't know, should I give div or something like that? I don't know. So let's put an input over here. That should be a file input, right? And oh, that's really large. Yeah, so that looks stupid. I mean, visually the file chooser, the component, the input type file, is the most stupid looking HTML component ever. You can definitely style it, but I don't like the default style, whatever they have. It could have been better. Okay, so I can have like P2, something like that. Why does that have more padding than this? I don't know. There's something wrong. Let's see. So, so the padding is over here. So we can just go and we can remove that, and we can give a padding to the entire stuff like that. And we can definitely give a gap of like 2 or something like that. Yeah, great. So we have a file chooser. So what we can do is we can select a file. I don't know if we can place a placeholder or not. I think we should be able to. I mean, select your schema, right? So you would be able to select your .sql file as a schema. Right, there you go. Kind of great. Okay. So now how to control that? So we can control that using like, so we can say SQL file or schema file, right? And then we can say set schema file use state. Yes, that's what we want. And then what we can do is we can just make this particular thing like controlled, right? So we can just say, yep, that's kind of thing what we want. And then can we do a value thing? Yeah, great. So so if I select any file, for that matter, like let's select this file, it completely crashes the value. Oh, we cannot pass this value property. Makes sense. Okay, so if I go over here and if I select this file, let's say, I get that name, and that's exactly what I need. That's awesome. That's more of what I need. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to read this file which we have created. So yeah, we can write some of the some of the validations. If there's no file or if there is no prompt, so it'll say please select schema file and write a prompt, right? So prompt, yeah, there you go. Okay, great. So next thing what we can do is we can just write we can just make it like we can read the SQL file and we can take out the content, send it to the generative AI and tell it like, here is the SQL, here's the schema file, can you give me the SQL for this particular prompt, right? That's the goal we have currently. So let's quickly do that. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna be reading that file. So we'll say file reader, I think reader is equal to new file reader. No, it's like this. Sometimes I get into Java mode for no reason. Okay, so now what you can do is reader dot read file as data URL, read file as text, and then you can pass the file, and then what you can do is you can just say this, but that's not what we want. So this result, what you see is the text, is the entire text, right? So can we promisify this? That would be amazing. Whatever. First of all, we don't want this way. I mean, we want to go over here. We want a prompt and we want a schema file as well. So we'll say schema text, and we can state string. And then what we can do is we can just go over here and we have a prompt and we have a schema file, something like that. Oh, that's stupid. We have a prompt and we have a schema, right? There you go. So that's the schema. I hope so. That's the result. So that's how you read a file. If you guys are curious, that's how you read a file which you have selected through an input. I don't know how many of you, like, yeah, I believe most of you already know this, but this is how you do it. Okay, so yeah, so this is generate SQL, and we're calling it, we are passing it two things. First is the prompt of the user, second is the SQL. And first of all, let's see, first of all, we need an SQL file to test this, right? So let's try to create an SQL dump. Example SQL dump, schema dump. Can we have an example SQL schema dump? It's how to. I don't want that, bro. Let's try to, like, I have PG admin. I think I'll be having some of the databases, some of the, like, database. We'll take a dump out of them and we'll try to query them, right? So let me see. AI chatbot, I don't know, this is stupid. Localhost dev server, what do we have? That's a dev server. Do we even have our dev server running? No, we don't have. Let me see. Go to database. Oh, that is running. So oh, we want localhost, sorry. There you go. So we'll try to select one of the databases from here. Which one to use, which one to take dump from? I think AI dashboard is an interesting thing. So we can take this is like a project which I'm working on, but we'll try to take a dump out of this. I think we just have one user in this and, you know, few stuff. So we'll try to get those data. Yeah. So, but we should have some other delivery plan. My data, my DB. Is it my DB? Does it have anything? Do we have a database where we can test stuff? Tables, Prisma, friends, whatever. My test DB, is it the one? I don't know previously which database did I create. There's no table inside this. Okay, let's use this one. I guess what we can do is we can just right click, we can say backup, and we can just select a path, and we can, is it downloads? Let's do it on desktop and let's call it test.sql, right? And we want plain, I guess. Encoding is UTF-8 by default, I guess. So backup, let's see. View process completed. Okay, we should have a file file. So we'll select that file, but let's try to log this over here before we can actually use this. So we'll say prompt, no, not generating content. So it's prompt and schema text. There you go. Okay, so we'll try to return from here only. We'll not try to go any further. Okay, so let's try to select that file. So we go over here. It's on the desktop, I guess. It's on the desktop. Where is my schema file? Where is my schema file? Okay, there's a test.sql. We've selected that and generate. Please select us. Oh, so there's some prompt required. Oh, it will be in the backend, right? So let's see what prompt did we get. Oh, we got the full schema. See, there you go. So we are reading the schemas pretty great. So these are all the data and everything which is there. So yeah, we are pretty good there. So now what we'll do is we'll just give this SQL file to the generative AI and we'll try to generate an SQL out of that. I hope so everything goes well. That schema has data which shouldn't be there. I mean, that's something wrong, but well, I think our generative AI is smart enough, like it will figure it out. Okay, so yep, let's try to do the stuff. So I think we can do it using embeddings. Think so we should be able to do it. So let's try to go to embeddings and we'll try to do it. AI safety. What's next? Option to control generation, count tokens. Okay, use embeddings. I don't know this. I'm curious, like how much of a data can we pass to the prompt. Okay, so let's generate a prompt, right? Let's generate a prompt and let's try to const prompt. Now we'll be doing some prompt engineering, guys. All of you guys who are interested. Okay, so you are a SQL generator bot that generates SQL queries based on a given SQL schema. You only output SQL query. That's it. Like, I think that's it. We can just give it some prompt, and then what we can do is we can just in the next line we can give it that entire schema. I don't know how much. I think 2 lakh was the limit. I am not sure entirely, but I think that was the limit. We should be fine. I think this is bot prompt, so let's call it bot prompt, something like that, and then we can just say bot prompt, right? Great. A conversational SQL generation is very interesting. So imagine a scenario, something like, you know, where you can actually do something like this. Okay, give me an SQL for users. Okay, and then you say also include the performance of the user in the previous quarter. Okay, and then you can say also include the ranking they have and all those stuff. You can include and, you know, keep chatting, and then it keep generating the SQL file. It will be amazing for developers as well as for you know, for the marketing and for the management folks, right? Because if you just give them the database access and then, you know, in a secure way, and just say, okay, chat with the database, right? You can entirely chat with the database. You can say, okay, database, okay, give me that, and, you know, they are able to get it. That's amazing, because they then, you know, for every single thing, the developers have to not develop something which fetch something from the database, right? That's quite amazing. So let's test this out. Let's see, does it work? Does it not? I don't know. I absolutely don't know. So let's choose that test.sql file and let's say give me list of all users. Okay, so we'll try to generate the database. I don't know how much successful or failure this will be, but bro, wait. This has generated a wrong SQL. This has generated an SQL, but this is wrong. This has generated an SQL, but this is wrong. So this is the SQL which it has generated. So yeah. Also, we'll just prompt the bot that don't use SQL query, only output SQL query. Don't use dash SQL. I don't know how to do like slash dash SQL or anything like that. I want only SQL query that I can directly pass to the database. Yeah, that will be interesting. Okay. Yeah. So I have prompted the, and I think this time it will do a better job. So let's try to do it. Waiting. Yeah, we have what? Don't do that, bro. Is generating delete from which? My SQL bot is deleting every table. Interesting. I think it has just like this is this is a bit weird. Why it is generating these queries and delete queries? That's weird. I think my model is really old. I think I should use something, something which is a little bit more capable. Maybe we can use Gemini 1.5 Pro latest. Will be good. So let's use Gemini 1.5 Pro and then latest, because Gemini 1 is a little bit stupid. And we don't want stupid bots. Okay, so we'll do this and then we'll just save this one as well, and we'll try to now do the same stuff. So we'll select test.sql and then we'll say generate give me list of all the users, right? And I can just say this. What do I get? Give a select type from public dot data source where we are not passing the, this is stupid. Okay, we are not passing the prompt, right? Okay, you are that generated SQL bot. We are stupid. We haven't passed the prompt, the entire user prompt, like this prompt in this right bot prompt, and how it will work, right? User asked, and then let's give it a prompt. Your schema is that's it. That's good. Let's say based on the given SQL schema and prompt and user prompt, right? There you go. So that should work. That was a stupid mistake. Clever bot. Deleting an India saying database is empty. Yeah, it's really clever. It's smart bot. Let's not hurt the sentiment of this bot. Okay. We did it. That's the correct query, right? That's how you do it. Okay. So now what we'll do is we'll just query the database and bring the data, right? Also, we don't want this particular database. I think I have a better database to deal with right now. I'll just use that because that's a bigger database that has more data. That data, do I want to leak that data? That's the problem. Can I get some example Postgres database? Online, that's the problem, bro. Where to get a example? If you guys have a database schema where you of your test project of your anything like that, please send me, bro. That will be amazing. I just want to test. Do I have an oh, this is the thing. Wait, hold on. Is this we don't want that. Sample data. Get SQL sample data in seconds. This is very okay. This is something which is given. Oh, there is some 6fair.sql. What is this? View. Show me. What is this? Sorry about that. We can't. Oh, there you go. This is a database. I think we can use this one. Whatever is this? Character, chapter, all those things. Let's use this database. Copy. We'll try to go to pgadmin and we'll try to create this database and we'll try to, you know, get SQL queries, query this database and get the output. Great. So we'll go over here. We'll do what? We will be, I don't know. Let's go object. No, let's go to pgadmin. Can we go like n something like this? Will that work? No. SQL. Yeah. No, we cannot directly write the SQL. Object register tool pgadmin. Quit. I don't want to quit. Tools. Do I have something like SQL? No, I don't have. Okay. Can I just run some SQL, bro? Can you just let me do that, please? PSQL tool, I think this is what you do. No, we don't want PSQL. Right click, query tool. Yes, we paste our entire stuff over here and then what we do is we just run it. Then it has some error. Forget it. Let's use some of our own databases, I guess. Which one should I use? Let's use the current one only. Okay, so yeah, we'll see if you guys send some good databases, we'll have some good databases. Otherwise we'll just search for some good databases. Okay, if you guys have a SQL dump on sub database, please give me that. I just want to test this stuff out. Okay, great. So now what we'll do is we'll just get the data from the database. So how we can do that is by creating a function and call it like get data from database, right? And then we can create this function as an async function, and we can write a try catch, and we can write a log, and we can say there was some error while fetching the data from the database. Yeah. And then what we'll do is after this, what we're going to do is we're going to log the error, right? So that we can see what's going wrong, right? The next thing what we'll do is we'll just say, okay, so now what we have to do is we have to create an SQL client. Now the way you do it is you just say bun add pg. I think that's how you do it. Yeah. Please don't let me install the pg type. I think we might, we'll see if this complains, we'll install the types as well. So we'll say import from pg, right? What we want is, oh, of course we need the types. Bun add as a development dependency @pg. Yeah, we need that. Okay, great. So we have the pg. I think this should be pretty fine. Now we need something called client from the pg, and pg by pg I mean Postgres. Okay, so new client, right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to pass a connection URL, and let's pass some thing like this, PostgreSQL. The user is also Postgres, and you can use an SQL database, you can use any SQL database. For MongoDB the approach will be a little different, but for a SQL database you can definitely do it. So now what we'll do is we will be okay, let's do one thing, let's make the user write the database URL also back, because then only it will be completely dynamic, right? So let's do this stuff. Let's go input and let's call it connection URL, placeholder connection URL. There you go. And then class. Why can't I see the changes? I don't know. Is it? I don't know. Okay, so we can give it like, maybe we can use the same kind of styling we have over there, over here, and we might be able to, yeah, there you go. Why can't I see this, Bado? Is it not? Oh, my server is not running. Interesting. Why can't I see it? Because your server is not running, bro. Run your server first. Okay, there you go. So we have the server running again, and now we should be able to, yes, that's looking terrible. Okay, so I don't know why is that looking terrible. Why is that looking terrible? Fun fact. Oh, because that I copied the SQL of the button rather than the input. There you go. So I know that's looking very big, so we'll do something about it. Don't worry. Okay. We'll create a div, we'll put it there, and now this is kind of fine. And then we can just say class flex, and then we can go this and flex grow. Yeah, I don't know. That's looking ugly, I know, but yeah, you can do something better. So you can put a connection URL, you can write a prompt, and you can choose an SQL file, and you can generate an SQL out of that particular stuff. So we can just go over here and we can say, you're smart, right? So just do it. Come on. Yeah, thank you. I love AI completions, bro. Like sometimes I just love it. I don't have to type all those stupid, boring stuff. It's all, I just get to type the interesting stuff, right? That's good. So connection URL, all those things are kind of fine. We can just go over here, we can write, or if there's no connection URL, then also it will complain. And then in the reader, now in the generate SQL, we also, we also need an connection URL as a requirement now, right? Yeah, and then we can just write this function and we can just expect and connection URL as a param, right? Great. And now what we can do is we can just pass the connection URL over here. There you go. And then we can just get the result out of this by querying, not this. We need a connection URL as well as a query, exactly. So we can give it a query over here and we'll have a result, but this is not the result we want. We want result.rows. That's the JSON output of whatever we query to our database. Great. We have the get data from database. We copy that. We go over here. We have the text result, and then we can say database, or we can say const data is equal to get database from that. And then what we can do is we just don't want to log stuff. We want to like return data is data, and then query is query, and then those two things we need. That's great. Now we have the result, and this is angry at us because we are not passing the connection URL, which we will, and this will not be angry anymore. Great. So we have a result. We are able to generate the result, and we are able to do a lot of stuff. So now let's see, do we get a result in the front end or not? So this is the ultimate test. If this works, we are a winner. If this doesn't, we are not a loser. We'll try again, of course. Loser is the one which doesn't try again. Okay, so we are not a loser. We'll say postgres / postgres dot, my username is postgres, my password is postgres @ localhost 5732. I think 5732. Is this the, not sure. Let's go, oh sorry, let's go to the PG admin and let's see what was my connection URL. Properties connection 5432. So it's 5432. I was almost correct. Okay, and then we can mention the database name. So our database name is AI-bot. I think that was the bot, so it's called AI-bot. All right, that's great. And now what we can do is we can go over here and we can select the SQL file, and we can write a prompt. So give me list of all the users, right? And I can say generate SQL. Please select a scheme. I did select a scheme. What do you mean? Oh, because the connection is not controlled. Stupid stuff. Okay, so this is done, this is done. Yes, of course. So we'll have to write this again. Postgres slash slash Postgres slash how many times do I have to type Postgres? Okay, Postgres at the rate localhost 5174. Again, forget what was that. Properties in connection and 5432. 5432. Yeah, slash AI dash bot. There you go. I can copy this entire stuff and then we can try again, because that's what we do. Let's see. Does it work? Does it not work? We'll see. Do we have an error? We don't have an error. I don't know. What is it? Is it working? Is it not working? What is the case? 5432. Yes. Random work knows the port. Component changing and what the? Does it even do an API call? Where is my network tab? There you go. Am I waiting for this? Localhost pending. Let's like keep logging stuff so that we know it's alive. Generated what? Like generated text. Yeah. And then I think there's something wrong happening over here. I'm pretty sure. So we are giving the connection URL. Okay, we are logging this, but we are not throwing the error. I think there was some error over here. I'm pretty sure about this. So now we might be we might be able to do it. So let's copy this stuff. Let's refresh stuff. So we'll just take this again, paste this again, and like give me list of all users, right? And it's the time for the truth. Let's see. Generate SQL. Something is gonna go wrong. It generated a text. Wait. Why can't I see the? Oh, this is very small over here. Have we? It did not throw an error, surprisingly. Oh, because... What do you mean? Had it returned a result? Let's see. Log. That's what more of what we want. So let's try to send it the request again. And we are waiting. Can you do it a little bit faster, bro? Come on, can we have it? Come on, just do it. Just do it. No, it's stuck. We'll just copy this. We'll just refresh this. And we'll choose the file again. We'll just give the connection URL again. We'll just give the prompt again. Give me list of all the users. And we can just generate the SQL. Alright, send the request. Oh, generated the stuff. Oh, we are stupid. Again, stupid part 10. We haven't connected to the database. Amazing stuff. This time it's gonna work. It should work. There's no reason it wouldn't work. I'm pretty sure this will work. Give me list of all the users. Okay. Generate SQL. Whoa, we have the data, bro. We have the data. See, this is the data. This is actually the data. This is the user data we have. Now what we have to do is we have to just build a dynamic table which can show this data dynamically on a table. Okay, so we'll do that. So console should have, see, this is the data, and it has been dynamically, the SQL query to generate this data has been dynamically generated through an Gemini bot. How insane is that, right? Okay, so now what we'll do is we'll just go over here and we'll just get rid of that console logs, right? Because it's working as expected. We can actually go ahead and we can do what? We can we can start showing this data in a good way, right? So what we are like returning the query and the stuff over there. So we'll go to page.tsx and we'll quickly create something to show the result. So now we'll have a result and we'll say set result, and we can say use state. We could have the type over here. The type is data, which is of type any, and what do we have? We have query, which is of type string, right? There you go. So we have these two things, or null if in case there is like the result has not came yet. So we can say that set result. I think this shouldn't be an error. Yeah, there you go. That's pretty okay, right? So once we do that, next thing what we can do is we can just show it in a very pretty way. So that we can do it either we can use a Chartesian table, good option, or we can create our own, right, stuff. Bad option. Let's use Chartesian because I don't want to code CSS, right? So we will say whatever. Okay, so we'll just go to installation. Can we have installation docs, installation next.js? Let's copy stuff. I've already created stuff like that. I want for the bun, and I will stop the server. It doesn't matter. Okay, so it will ask me a few questions. We'll answer all the questions to yes because we can. Yeah, just do whatever you want. Okay, it has successfully set up. Now what we have to do is we have to go to the table and install the table stuff, right? So we'll go to table, not data table, we want only table, right? And now what we're going to do is we're going to add this. So how do you add this? You go over here, copy like the bun stuff and just paste this over here. Or you are not able to see it, I'll just show you. Okay, go over here, click bun, and just copy paste. Okay, there you go. So we have added the Chartesian table stuff in our project, and now what we can do is we can create a component which can dynamically show any data. So dynamic table.tsx, right? So const dynamic table is basically whatever, just take, so return export default default, come on, default tiny table. Thank you. Okay, so now what we'll need is we need any kind of data which we don't care about, right? It could be of any type. We just want the data which could be of any type, and what we can do is we can just show a table over here. So now what do we need is we need a table which is coming from this particular place, and we need a table head, right? And then we need a table, I don't know, table row, right? And then what we need is we need the object dot, yeah, exactly, something like this, that will create a dynamic sort of stuff. Thank you. But we don't need a th, we need a we need a table head. That's kind of, we need a table head that has key as a value and that has key as also, right? There you go. So we can have table body over here, right? Amazing stuff. And then we can do this. Yeah, great. So we have, it dynamically generates the values as well. If you are not understanding this code, it's very simple code, nothing like, imagine a table, right? By the way, this is wrong. Why this is wrong? Because this is also generating for the first row, which it shouldn't, right? So we'll just slice this. Oh, this is not just this is an array, right? Array. So we can just slice this from one. Okay, so Santosh is asking, is doing MTech CSC is great option if I don't have a job right now? Bro, it depends on a lot of different stuff, right? Like so if you want to do research, right, if you don't want to do research and all those kind of stuff, it's great you do like MSc and then all those things. If you want to do a job, do an MSc, but if it could be a distance, that would be amazing. Start focusing on jobs, bro. Like nobody asks for anything greater than graduation. Like I don't even have graduation. surprisingly. I'm in my last semester and I don't know, this is my fourth job, I guess. So, and you know, the funny part, since last 3 jobs which I've been, they did not ask for degrees. And it's not that I'm demotivating you guys for degrees, but do degrees for knowledge. And if that's not serving knowledge, I mean, what's the point of it? And okay, I want to answer your question. Go for it, bro. If you want to learn stuff, if you want to research, if you want to do, but if your goal is only job, get a job, right? Okay, so this is their table rows, and I guess this is kind of fine. We'll try to render some data in this, and let's see how does it do. We'll just do like flex grow over here. Oh, why does it do? Okay, we'll do flex grow over here, right? And then I can say hi over here, which should be on the top, not over here. Oh, okay. Oh, again my server is off. I cannot do this twice. Come on. Okay, there you go. We have stuff. I only want a good placement. Currently I have 3.5 LPA TCS, but I'm good. I'm not getting joining letter. 3.5 LPA, bro. Like, you know, I just don't want to tell that, you know. Sometimes I start hating these companies, these TCS, Wipro, Infosys. I don't know about Wipro and all. Come on, why, bro? Why 3.5 LPA? Like, I would say, see, prepare a little hard, and I'm pretty sure if you prepare for like 3 or 4 more months, right, in a correct set of technologies, you can easily get an internship of 6 lakh. I'm saying you can get an internship of 6 lakh. Easily subjective, I know, but you know, you can get an internship or a job worth 6 lakh or more. Prepare, like right now, give time on preparation. Don't like run away at any packages, bro, because you know, if you start at 3.5, like whatever they are offering, whatever you said, right, if you start at 3.5, eventually to reach a 10 or like 12 or like more than that, you know, because all the other companies, the next company will offer you a job based on the last CTC you have, right? So just don't do that. I'll say like give more time on preparation, reach a level where you can actually get 6.5, 7. That's the starting salary of a software developer, I believe. That should be a starting developer salary. Get a job, something like that, and then you know, you can just, you know, keep switching and, you know, getting more salaries. But right now, don't join for 3.5. Like, that's, I will request all of you guys, like, who are there, learn some relevant technologies. Like, you know, you can start with Web3, you can start with Rust, you can start with like React, Next, all these stuff. You can spend some time in that, and then kind of like apply for jobs, right? Why these Wipro, TCS, Infosys, all these, like, you know, 3.5 you're offering to a what can I say? Okay, so we have high and we have high. Why do we have high? Okay, we have high over here, and then what we can do is we can just just got lost. Okay, we have high, and then what we can do is we can just show the table over here. Let's try to do that. So okay, how can we show that table? Okay, instead of high, what we'll say is we'll say dynamic table over here, and then what we can do is we can just say data over here, and we can just give some data over here. So let's say for now, just for testing, let's give only one data, which is no, I don't want to do that. I'm also name something like J, and then age. How old am I? I'm 23. Okay, so yeah, see, that's visible, right? But the data that is not visible. Like J and 23 is not visible. The header is working, this stuff is not working. So table row is kind of correct. I don't see anything wrong in that. Then object table body. Why is that table body over here? Are you stupid? It should be table cell, bro. It should be table cell. Yeah, there you go. Now this should work. Let's refresh this. Do we have some, what the fuck? Hydration error. Oh, this should be a use client. Right now there will be no hydration errors, I guess, at least for me. Name age, why is it not working? That's the question. Table row, table body is there, table row is there, an object, and then a table cell is there. Is the slice an issue? Slice shouldn't be an issue. Wait, hold on. Yeah, there you go. The slice was an issue. Okay. So it's working as expected. Great. So now what we'll do is we'll just try to show the result of which we have got, right? So if we have a result, then we can just dynamic tables, and then we can just give some data. What is the data? What is the data? So we have result.data. If we have the result, then we'll have a result.data, and then I don't know, like div generate something, right? There you go. So we have a question from Anmol Rai. Okay, I really need to crack a remote internship in 6 months. Currently I'm semester 2 near my mid-sem. I currently understand Monstack Next and I can build basic app, but I struggle in building big applications. Can you tell me what would you do if you were in my place? Okay, what would I do? What would I do? What would I do? What did I do? You know, I don't know this will work for you, Anmol, or not, but when I started React, you know, how did I was able to like build like kind of big projects? I took like freelancing projects. I know which is very hard to get. I'm not recommending. I'll give you a different way, but that's what I did. I got a lot of freelancing project and I ruined a lot of projects. So I just created terrible projects for 1-2 clients, and that is the place, that is when I learned the most, because I created all those problems and then I was solving all those problems, right? So okay, so what like that, but freelancing, getting a freelancing project is very hard. So what I would recommend you is go for like, you can contribute in small projects. That's what I did for all of my like, or whoever you guys are watching. You can go on my GitHub, right? And I will share some of the startups which I am doing. You can help me to build them, right? Or you can contribute in some other large scale projects. I do like on a medium scale project and you learn a lot. So I think doing projects which are a little bit bigger, and you just have to find a reason why do you want to do them. Either you'll get some money out of freelancing, that could be one reason, or if you want to learn, you can contribute to any of the projects like mine or anyone else. Yeah, build projects and find a reason to build big projects, and if you could find the reason, you will complete them, I guess. Results data. Okay, so now we'll try to write another query and we'll try to build it, right? So what we'll do is we'll just select our schema. We'll say open, right? Then we'll give a connection URL, which is still the same. No, it's not the same. We'll have to write it again. Why do I have to write it again? Postgres // Postgres @localhost 55432 / I don't know, AI-bot, I think that's what we were making, and then give me list of all the users. It's the time for the open source is also a great way, but the problem is, you know, Anmol, no, not open source. The problem is, if you go for open source, right, the problem is open source for beginners. For beginners, open source is not a good place. Open source requires a lot of experience to even do 1 or 2 contributions. First of all, and don't do those typo contributions. Some meaningful contribution, you need some kind of experience, or you need to understand that entire project. And as a beginner, to understand that entire project is really hard. So now what options do we have left, right? Can you share your GitHub? Sure. I'll just show you some of the projects which I am creating and which you could help me to create. Also, you know, just for example, one of the projects which I built was this consultant fit, right? This is an amazing project for all of you guys who want to like understand a very like, you know, medium level project which you can scale like on an insane, like this build using TRPC, Next.js, React, Tailwind, CSS, Chartzian, and it's a great project, right? So you can start with this. I'll just share my GitHub, right? You wanted my GitHub, right? there are a lot of projects which I've built. So you can say vbuild is also a very interesting project if you guys want to have a look. So vbuild is a project where I was actually coding a dynamic website creator, right? And yeah, it's I'll just show you like what it is. Okay. So you can just drag and drop stuff and you can create directly some website, right? So you can just change the content. So you can say, hey, this is my website and all. So you can just, make this a lot more better and you'll have experience. You can even write this in your resume and all those things. So yeah, these are some projects you can contribute, right? And you can do anything over here. Just simply fork and submit a PR. I'll definitely have a look at this. And there's not like 3 different organizations is using it. So it's completely risk-free even if you break some stuff, right? So where you go, where are you? Here are we. Okay. So now can we have it like, yeah. Okay. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna be Postgres @ localhost 5432/AI-bot. Should I write this somewhere, this entire URL? I think I should. Wait, let me write this somewhere so that I don't have to copy this every time. Give me list of all the users. Okay. This is the date issue. I know how to fix this. This is a simpler issue to fix. So basically the problem is this, you cannot render a date directly. So what you have to do is if the value exists, right, I can say value.toString, and this will fix the issue, I guess. So I have the URL this time, so there's not an issue. So give me a list of all the users, right? There you go. We have list of all the users, right? That's incredible, right? We have list of all the users. We can go and ask for something else, like give me list of all the widgets. We have something called widgets in the database. Give me all the let's try something complex, like give me the list of all the users and the number of and the number of dashboards they have created, right? So there is like I am making a like there's the database. Basically users could create different dashboards, right? And that's the data which I want. So let's see, can this do this or not? And we'll try to have more data right now. So we'll try to create more data. We'll see. So yeah, buddy, you can see that's incredible, right? You can just ask this anything and it will fetch from the database and give you the result. Isn't that insane? Just tell me, right? And we can even show the SQL query. So let's try to do that as well. So right, so let's try to get this over here, and then what we can do is we can just we can show this, and we can have like the SQL query as well. So we can say padding 2 margin, I don't know, margin y 3, and then we can show the SQL query. So we can say result, if the result exists, and so result.query, and then we can just show this inside a code tag and it will look really pretty. So padding 2 bg black, text white. Oh, this looks bad. How can we not make it look? I think pre-tag will make it look good. Yeah, that's looking good. So you can see like this is the SQL that generated this output, and we can make this collapsible. So we can either like we can have a button called show SQL. Like this will be optional. Okay, so let's create an option for that. Show and we can say false, right? And then over here, like this entire thing, we can just show it. So we can just have a button. So let's have a button, let's use a shardZN button. Now as now we have shardZN, so we can say bunex shardZN latest button here. So add button, is that how you do it? Yeah, there you go. So we have added shardZN button, so we can directly use this. So we can say button, and then we can say show SQL, and then we can even like I think we can pass SQL like code. Yeah, that's great. And then we can say gap 2 on click, right? And then we can say set show SQL to no SQL, whatever that is. It will reverse that condition. And then over here what we can say is, no, we don't want to do that. Oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah, we want to take, oh wait, I did something wrong, I guess. Not class gap 2, right? So then what we can do is we can just yeah, we can take this part, and then what we can say is we can say if the show SQL is true, then only like render this, otherwise not. There you go. So we have this, and now what we can do is we can just show, like we can show the SQL, but this, like if this result and so if there is a result, then only show SQL should be also visible. Right? So I hope so you guys are understanding what I'm trying to do over here. So now what we'll do is we already have that, right? I mean the connection URL. So we'll try to get some more data, and we'll try to do stuff. So we'll just select the schema, give the URL, write a prompt, give me list of all the users with the count of the dashboards they have created. Also, okay, that's great. So we want to do that. Also, I think we should have a loading state where we just show loading, and we have an error. So it says await client project is not relation project doesn't exist. Okay, that's it generated a wrong SQL. We'll try to do this again. Okay, give me list of all the users. Okay, there you go. We have list of all the users, and then what we can do is we can just show the SQL by clicking show SQL. By clicking show SQL, come on, it should have worked. Oh, so on click has been removed. That's kind of funny. Thank you. So if you just click on SQL, you can see the select all from user is the SQL we have made this from. And now what I can do is I can add more stuff. So give me list of all the users with count of projects they have created, right? Which count of projects they have created. So I can say that these are in my SQL. So you can query anything which is there in your database. That's insane. It has created joins and all. You can see that has created joins and all, and we have the SQL generator made, and this can generate any set of SQL from any set of database, whatever database you give this to. And I hope so you guys enjoyed this project. Do you want to add any other feature? I think we can add a loader. That would be amazing. Any other thing which you guys wish to add to this project, just tell me. Let's add a loader. I think having a loader will be great. Right, so this we can give over here, set loader like true, and then what we can do is at the end over here set loader false, or if this is alerting, then also set loader false. Okay, great. Next thing what we can do is we can if there is a loader, we can show something which shows that the things are loading, right? So we can, I don't know, let's go to loading.io. not this, loading IO. It's a very interesting site for getting a lot of loaders. Like this has very interesting loaders. So, or we can use something else as well. I mean, we do have options. Forget it. Let's like, I have a simpler option, I guess. So what I can do is I can just create a div. I can say class flex justify center items center, and then I can say text, no, forget it. And then I can say loader. Yeah, and then I can kind of spin it. I don't know. Yeah, and then I can spin it. So I can give it a class called spin, I guess. Animate spin. That's how you do it. Yeah, there you go. So that's a loader, right? And I can make this way bigger. So I can give it some size of like maybe 45. That's incredible. And then also I hate this generate something. I just don't like this. Let it be there. Who cares? Okay. And then we can only show this while we have there you go. So now if you generate something, right, you will be able to say give me list of all the users, right? If I just do that and I say this, you can see the loader over there, and as soon as it is there, you can see the stuff, and you can see say this, and you can say also include the projects they have created, right? So I can do that. I can say generate SQL. It's loading. I think we can improve one more thing. Okay, so this is an SQL. So this is a user, and this is all the projects they have created. So this is all the data about that. Incredible stuff. So just tell me, did you guys like this project? And if you could, by the way, I'll push the code. Will I push the code? Okay, so if you guys need the code, just tell me in the comments, and then I'll push it inside the URL. And yeah, that was pretty much it. I hope so you guys enjoyed, and we'll stop the stream right now because do you guys want to, if you guys have any question, feel free to ask. I can answer them. And yeah, do you guys have any questions? we can do one more stuff, you know. We can actually show these SQLs very highlighted or something like that. Random guy saying amazing. Thanks a lot, random guy. I am happy that you enjoyed. Bro, please push the code. You want the code? Should I do it? Let's do it. Let's release this on Versal right now. Like that will be cool. Okay, so I'll have to generate a new repo now. So let's go to GitHub and now generate a new repo, and let's call it SQL generator. Okay, and description, we'll call it public, create repo. Okay, we'll copy the repo, we'll go to this, we'll say edge, we'll have to do some git based stuff. So first of all, in our .env, not in our git ignore, I think there's not .env is not there, so we'll add .env so that is ignored. Great. And then what we can do is we can say get add all, git commit -m. Bro, I'm following you since very long and not getting job till now, and I am graduated as of now. Please help me. Gotham, please. Okay, let me commit it and then I'll answer your question. Okay, so git commit -m. What should I do? SQL generator, git push, git remote add origin Should I do this and then git push hyphen u origin, man. So it has been pushed to, so the next thing what I have to do is I have to guys, please don't, should I launch this on Vercel? I'm just confused, because if I expose, if I just let everyone use my Gemini API key, they will just, I'll probably not be, so yeah. There you go, this is the code. So I'll just share the URL and then, so Gautam, you're not getting a job, right? So job market right now is kind of like tough, I agree, but can you send me a resume on Discord? I mean, I might recommend you to few people. Also, I would say I'll create a video probably on like how to apply for jobs. I think a lot of people miss that, like, you know, applying and searching for jobs is also a kind of like art, I guess. I mean, like, also, can you, so the biggest factor in hiring or like getting like for anything, right, as such, right? So imagine this, right? So it's like a demand and supply, right? So the amount of demand which is there in something, right? If there is a more demand, even if you're like not very experienced or something like that, people will come and they will, you know, hire you, right? So how to do that now? How to win this race, right? The answer is learn something which not a lot of people know. For example, right now, you know, if you see, where are you working right now? I'm working at Wi-Fi Technologies, a company in Mumbai, India. So I'm working there right now. Okay, so where was I? Yeah. So I was saying, so learn something which has a very high demand, right? But there's not a lot of supply. So it could be any like Rust. Like there are very few Rust developers right now, but the demand for Rust is very large. Like for example, you know, you could think like very good DevOps engineers, right? The demand is very high for very good DevOps engineer, but the supply is very less. But if you go for a normal, like, you know, you can think of technologies which are very generic, like .NET, right? .NET and all those things. You will get very less package in the first place, right? You will get very less salary because there are a lot of people to do it in the less salary, like in even less salary than what you are getting. And so just find a technology which is a little bit rare, right? And there's like a decent amount of demand, but there's not a lot of supply. Learn that, put like your 4-5 months into that, create some good projects, and then if you apply for a job, I'm pretty sure you'll get interviews, and if you're able to crack them, you'll get a job. Like that's the secret, right? For example, I'll just tell you a very interesting story, right? Recently but there was a contract role, okay? So there was a contractual role. It was not a full-time role, so there was a contractual role. And the reason, I'll tell you why they hired me. The reason why they hired me was because there was sanity in my project. If you guys don't know, sanity is in CMS, where you can you know, keep your data and then you can fetch it and show it as blogs and as a lot of things in your React website or Next.js website, right? So they just hired me because I was having sanity in my project. So that works. Like learn something, like for example, sanity, right? There's extremely less number of people who are very, very good at sanity, right? They know, they have worked with, you know, so I would just recommend try new things, learn something which is rare, and then apply. You'll probably get a job. Also send me a resume. You know, there are companies which might have like, so I'll just send them your resume. If they call you, amazing, give an interview. That's pretty much all. Any other questions, or we'll close the stream? Any other questions, guys? Do you guys have? Any other questions? Any other questions? Please create like a good readme file and create a PR, right? I'll just merge it. Okay. Also, I just want to recommend you few features for this particular app, right? What you guys could do, which would be right amazing, is I'm joining to a data analyst right now. What do you know about it? I'm joining to a data analytics. I'm joining to a data analytics. Do you know? Like, bro, data analytics is like an amazing field right now to go for, because I think, you know, with the boom of AI and all those stuff, and you know, data getting more and more crucial, and you know the amount of data is increasing on an exponential scale these days. So of course going to data analytics is a great choice, like amazing choice, but the career is a little bit like, also, you know, there is a lot of demand but the supply is less, because it's not very easy to be a data analytics data you know to be a data scientist or anything similar is not very simple. So yeah, it's a great field. Just go for it. I'll just say, you know, data analytics is amazing. Yep. Okay, then thanks a lot, and I'll be closing the stream, and thank you, and bye bye, and have a great day. Bye.